something there, but I'm just searching for the unknown.
Just stay where you are.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Bang Theory After Show here at theStream.tv. Wow, fallout from the pregnancy news. Howard finally found out. We're going to get right into that right now. But first, I'm Adam Kruger, and with me to my right is the lovely Tia Robinson.
Hi, guys.
And in for Cherise tonight, we have Brandy Steger.
Hi.
Our lovely ladies. I'm always so lucky on this show. I get to middle between two ladies all the time. It's beautiful.
You are lucky.
Well, hey, I am lucky. You know what? I will say it. I know it. I know my place. It's in the kitchen. The man's place is in the kitchen,
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen. I just
Listen
said it.
to him.
Right? So let's talk about this. I want to start off with our cut rate. Wait, I have to get this right. Our cut rate moderately attractive nanny. So obviously Bernadette finally tells Howard the news, and he's excited at first, and then he slowly unravels like a string around a thing that just and he just melts to the floor. Could we discuss this meltdown real quick? But before we do, we have a photo of the two of them all excited in the happy moment before he loses his mind. Which was right, so cute. He's excited to be a daddy, and then he freaks out.
The initial shock of being a daddy is like, yay, and then oh my God, what are we gonna do? How am I gonna do this?
Which I loved. What a great meltdown. Like really get in there with all the truth. Like I said, it's all the stuff that you think inside, but we don't say.
Right.
Most people don't say out loud. And I was like, well, there it is. Yeah, how do I?
He's just going for it.
Yeah.
And we said it before too. I'm like, this is the stuff that you're supposed to talk about before you actually decide to have a family. Yeah. Right? Like he's like, well, you're Catholic and I'm Jewish. Well, how are we going to raise the kid? And then
before you get together, I mean, you guys didn't talk about that before marriage.
And he was so excited about it. And that was the biggest thing for him and Bernadette was like, she didn't want to have kids and he did. So at that point, you should sort of talk about what the situation is.
Totally.
Oh, well.
Well, it's obvious that, this wasn't a planned pregnancy, but, as husband and wife, you should kind of talk about these things. And I know, listen, I can tell you from personal experience, when you find out that you're going to be a parent, whether you're intending it or not, there's a myriad of emotions that run through your mind, and I lost my mind several times. So I'm going to give it to Howard on that one. I'm going to say, okay, cool, dude, I'm with you. But I loved the circumcision was one of the things that came out, because it was just like conscious stream of thought. And he's like, well, they say it's barbaric, but otherwise it looks like a pig in a blanket. And I'm going, yep, I'm still with you on the same. I'm still on the train. I'm on your train of thought, literally.
Yeah, it is a thought. I mean, these are things. I mean, I know I'm not having a boy, but you think about just things. Even like for me, like touring the hospitals, when they mentioned that, I was like, yeah, well, would you circumcise? Would you not if you're having a boy? Like, you don't want a pigs in a blanket, but you don't want to be barbaric. Like, I loved it. He was saying truth. What's what you're feeling.
It was, they really captured the truth of the moment. And I thought that was beautiful. And then, of course, when he gets into the nanny talk, that was hilarious, which is, again, our cut rate, moderately attractive nanny. He's like, we can't get a hot nanny because that'll ruin our marriage. And I thought right away, and I'm sure you guys all thought that too, but dude, Howard, you're not going to be getting with the nanny. Come on.
No.
He thinks he's the lady. He's always thought he was a ladies' man. So he just likes to run with that train, and it's not the right train to run with for him, but it's funny.
It is funny, and that comment is so much more like it usually comes from a woman. Like, I don't know, I would expect Bernie to be like, no hot nannies. Like,
right, yep, exactly.
So coming from him, it was very like, oh, like you're concerned about this. Usually men are like, let's get a hot nanny.
Which let's be honest. I mean, him saying we can't get a hot nanny because that'll ruin our relationship. That's like basically saying, yeah, I would cheat on you.
Yeah, totally.
Like, dude, Howard, you came a long way. Don't go douchey now.
Well, he is freaking out, so you have to give him a little leeway there because he's just like rattling stuff. He's like word bombing at this point. It's just like coming out.
It's a little bit of latitude he gets. I will go there. So Howard is ill-equipped to be a daddy at first. Let's talk about the fallout, because obviously this happens and then he goes and gets with the guys and Bernie is with the girls, and we have to talk about how this is happening side by side. So first we'll go with Howard and the guys, and we have a photo of them, of Howard basically holding court and telling them, I'm going to be a dad, and he's literally freaking out. Even the way he said it, I remember like when he walked in and he was like, guys, I'm going to be a father. And he just like, he's totally just not ready for this.
Yeah. I don't think any of them are ready for this.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's
I don't know
the
if we're
initial.
ready for this.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody really is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just being vocal.
He is.
And and he's gonna have his second meltdown.
He had several.
Yeah.
There were several times where he was like, I don't know if I can do this. And the guys discussed the upsides and the downsides. And Sheldon, there was a really fun moment with Sheldon where he's saying, well, we can't do with the baby, we can't go to Disneyland and we can't play games and we can't. And we're like, dude, that's everything that you do with a child.
Exactly.
Just putting that out there. Those are the things that are the best with a child.
And Sheldon would probably be the closest, I feel like, to the kid.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause he's a kid,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't get that, but I think he would be best friends with this kid.
Absolutely. And Leonard even says it. He's like, well, chill out. We can have two babies.
Yeah.
We can have two babies in the group. He's like, are you guys pregnant too?
Yeah.
No, Sheldon, you're the baby. Well, that's not fair. And with the graham cracker, which, by the way, I will throw this out there. My 4-year-old will not eat graham crackers or any cracker or cookie or whatever. If it's broken, he won't eat it. So that is totally a toddler thing to do.
I used to do that when I was a kid, I think.
Yeah,
I feel that way now, but I mean,
go for the one
I'm like,
next.
it's cracked. I don't want it.
Save that to the end.
So I love the scene too when Bernie's trying to tell the girls, and then Leonard texts her and he's like, act surprised, don't whatever, and she reads it out loud and she's like, well, your move. How do you want to deal with this?
Yeah.
So
she ruins everything.
But
it's just like, again,
she's like stream of thought.
Yeah. She just reads it out loud, and then you're like, well, she's probably gonna tell you you're her best friend, so you might want to wait, and not say it. Just read the text and be like, oh.
Yeah, and let that, but I mean, it is her, and it was a funny, moment, and I love that Bernie didn't get upset about it. I love that I initially thought, like, well, there's that moment. You just ruined the moment.
We got upset for
light,
It's like announcing a pregnancy at somebody's wedding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
totally.
It's like stealing the thunder. I'm going back to Friends right now, and with Monica and Rachel and stealing.
That's right.
Right. Oh God, I just dated myself.
No,
Friends.
Reruns, we could have crossed the
Who knows? Who knows?
You got those reruns like a couple weeks ago.
Right. Exactly. No, I'll own it. I don't care. I watched it. But then of course, like the guys and the girls are both trying to make both Howard and Bernie feel better. And the girls are like, well, let's go to a bar and go drinking. Can you please break that down? I know you both want to say that stuff. So please share with us.
Well,
the drinking. I can't drink.
She can't drink. She can't have
And you can relate.
I can relate, and I loved how she turned into like a little kid. Like, well, I can't do that. I can't do. It's like it feels like that. Like all the things you love are like stripped from you.
Right.
So in her own way, I feel like that was a breakdown because
Totally.
Well, and the way she was looking, she was like down, like her eyes were like, I can't go in the hot tub. The doctor says I can't have sushi.
and then the guys, scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. But
right, well,
to women, it's like
for 9 months you can't do some of the things you love to do.
Yeah.
Or it's 40 weeks, almost 10 months. It's like.
Which is going to put, I think, an interesting thing on the guys and the whole relationship, like the whole crew. Obviously, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just life-changing. I mean, there's things that you have to consider when you have a friend who's pregnant, or things you can do and can't do that you never thought of before. Well, we can't go to a bar. We can, but it's not going to be as fun.
Yeah.
Right. She could be the designated driver. She's now the designated driver.
Yeah, we could have sushi, but I'll have tempura.
Right, or just a bowl of rice.
Yeah.
Or the cooked entree dishes that nobody gets at sushi restaurants.
Yeah, the things that they're like, you ordered that?
You had soba noodles?
Yeah, that's in the back.
Why are you here? So Bernie's kind of, you can see her melting down that she can't do these things with the girls, and then you see Howard on the other side. He wants to make more money, which, listen, as a man having a baby, I get that. I know. I mean, we're 4 years into it now, so it's not, we're good. But when you first start, you're just like, oh my God, how are we gonna, babies come with, there's diapers and food and all this other stuff. There's so much stuff, but it all works out. So Howard, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. And then that does spawn him to make a discovery, right, with the super fluid and the helium, and which was very cool. Because I loved watching that scene where Sheldon was drunk and still smarter than everybody. Because go Sheldon.
Yeah, that was great. And it's funny because it immediately made me think, like I got like a flash to the future. Like I was like, oh, he's gonna be huge. He's gonna be like Steve Jobs, because that's how.
Who, Howard?
Howard. Like I was like, this is how amazing things I bet happen.
Right.
Yeah, like I heard this recently. Like you're in a crisis situation, you know, having a baby, and you think, oh, what am I gonna do? And then you come up with this idea. Years later, you're a trillionaire. That's what I thought. That's what I predict.
That would be so cool to see Howard be super successful, but not change who he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's grown a little bit over the show, but he hasn't grown a whole lot. I mean, just the nanny comment shows back to Howard when he was like hitting on Penny early on in the show. You know what I mean? Like that was very reminiscent about his creepy, like, hey, I'm gonna just, you know. So, but he still has, the tight pants. Yeah, Leonard's comment that he still managed with all the tight pants. The swimmers still swam, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but so it's good to see that he's worried about grown-up things. Do we agree?
It is good to see. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw it was legit. Everything, it was crazy and it looked funny and it was hilarious, but it was legit.
Yeah, they really did tackle in a funny way all the realities of what happens when you're
a young couple having their first kid.
Absolutely. And I loved even when the girls were like, hey, Bernie, you know, look, just think about all the small toys you can buy and the little clothes. And she's like, I already do that for Howie. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And the Cheerios in the car, you know, whenever you're hungry, which I thought, that wouldn't fill me.
No.
Even today, I had like almonds, and I was like, what is this? I'm hungry.
Not food. Give me food.
Yeah, especially with the kid in the back screaming.
Yeah. You're like, I need a margarita right now.
You're like, how do we get to the nearest bar? And can we get a babysitter to take care of the kid in the car?
Can she hang out in the back?
You just chill on the bar. That'll be fine. And then we have to discuss one thing, which is when Bernadette tells the girls where they conceived. Did you guys see that coming?
No.
On Sheldon's bed?
I didn't see that coming.
What?
And when was that? Like, I don't remember. Like when they were,
You mean when the get together was?
Episode, but like.
Yeah.
I couldn't place it.
And were they gone for like they weren't missed? Like if two people are gone, you're like, oh, they've been gone.
Well, but it's Howard. I mean, he probably doesn't last very long. If we're gonna
like a 1-2 punch,
he's probably
boom,
just
boom, we're done, and there's a baby.
It was probably just the heat of the moment, and he was like, we're done. Okay, great, let's go back to the party.
Yeah,
it was too short to
be missed?
Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so it's going to be an adjustment, guys. We're live right now, so be sure to tweet at us using the hashtag BigBangAS, and you can also talk to us on the YouTube chat, which is right. Well, if you're watching on the screen, it's to the right, and then if you're on your phone by any chance, it's underneath. So go ahead and let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Did you love it? Did you see it coming? Are you excited for babies? Do you think there should be more? Let's get into the karaoke scene, which I loved, where they sent drunk Sheldon to the kitchen. And it seems like he actually peed in the kitchen.
Somewhere.
Yeah, and nobody saw that?
Somewhere in the kitchen.
Nobody stopped him. He's like, kitchen's amazing. They cook food in there.
And
I know the bathroom's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Well, he was talking when they were in the living room about how his sister had baby-proofed the bathroom, and he still had to pee in the sink. He has 2 doctors, and had still to pee in the sink. So maybe he peed in one of the kitchen sinks.
And nobody saw that. I mean, which really shows you what type of restaurant that was.
Yeah, maybe don't go to that restaurant. Maybe don't go there. You know.
Yeah. It actually looked like it was in Silver Lake or something.
Yeah, it did. On with the little umbrellas. I don't know.
Well, that was actually what spawned the whole idea for Howard to think of what he was thinking about based on Sheldon and Leonard's their theory and their paper. Which, by the way, I do have to big ups to Sheldon on this one, because he was the one who basically looked at Howard and was like, "You're going to be a great dad." And I was like, "Wow, Sheldon just did the good thing, right? He did. He got sincere, which he was about to get sincere with Raj in last week's episode, and he just got sincere with Howard. I'm seeing a Sheldon that's evolving, guys. Did you see that? Like, are you seeing this happen?
Yeah.
He's becoming more empathic. Same thing. He has more empathy.
Yeah.
Let's say that he's got more empathy, and I'm seeing this and I'm going, wow, this is a really huge evolution for a guy who was like a robot for most of the show.
He's out drinking with the guys.
Yeah, I thought that too.
That's a big thing. Like, he didn't put up any fight, to go out drinking, and then he gets drunk, which we all love drunk Sheldon, and it gives that little bit of heart, because him and Howard both grew up without dads, and he's like, you know,
Yeah.
I know that you're going to be a great dad because you didn't have that, and you want to give that to your child.
Yeah.
So I think that was really sweet.
And I wonder if the alcohol helped that kind of go through.
For
Probably
sure.
a little
You
bit.
know,
For
yeah.
sure.
Especially,
For
it's,
sure.
you know, he said it tasted a little sweet or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
It was
Fruit
like
punch.
daddies don't tell
Yeah,
mommy
fruit punch,
juice.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, maybe that helped him out a little bit.
Yeah.
It definitely
He
did.
started feeling good.
And then the drunk text to Amy, and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
Sheldon said, do you guys want to come to karaoke? With a period, and she's like, so why is that drunk texting? She's like, he didn't put a question mark, he
He's
put a
so
period or
wasted.
whatever. Yeah, he's so
He's
wasted.
so wasted. Yeah, I mean, what a way to tell somebody's wasted that they don't use punctuation.
Proper punctuation.
The two of them
Correctly.
were so great together. It's just
Right.
like they get it, because everyone else would be like, well, how do you know he's drunk? Because he put a period instead of a question mark. He's so wasted. Like,
Yeah,
who else
it's
would
like-
say that?
Yeah,
you
I
know?
would never think that.
That's-
like, oh, their autocorrect messed up.
That's the relationship. That's
Yeah,
that's what it
great.
is.
He's
It's beautiful.
drunk. Yeah.
And then the girls come in, and I love the scene where Leonard and Raj are up there singing. I mean, there was some good physical humor, and
Oh, yeah.
although it did lead me to wonder, like, how did they hijack the karaoke at this place for the whole night?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just up there doing numbers.
It's
And
probably just a dinky bar, right? I
Everyone
mean,
else is like, what? Go ahead. You can have the.
they're like,
everything
it's
you need."
karaoke night. Anybody want to come? They're like, we do. And everyone else is like, no, we don't. We're just gonna.
we'll be home.
This is
And-
going to be bad for business while they're up there.
yeah, doing their tribute to Bernie. Everybody had
And
their
she's
own
like,
tribute.
oh Lord, like she just
yeah,
was
at
like,
first it was like,
she's
great.
like, yeah, cute, and then it was,
Like,
why? Stop, please.
Yeah.
Push it, babe. No.
push it, yeah, push it real good. I was like, are we in labor? What's going on?
Well, that's what's going to play in the delivery room, that's for sure. And then Sheldon sings, of course, which was amazing because you
don't
just,
see that.
No,
Yeah, I
no, Sheldon would
There's
never
been
do
a lot
that.
of that this season. A lot of singing with the band and
Oh,
like
that's right, that's
with
right,
the
surprising.
road trip.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's fun to see them have these little moments because they,
It is.
you know, I think they all can sing, and this was just like they're drunk, so they're screaming at the top of their lungs. But
Oh, yeah.
it's just fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love where they're taking it, and I think it's going to be wonderful. I think honestly, I'm eating my words now because I know I said before like we'll never see a baby on the show because that's what they were saying originally. I know, I was
Here
wrong.
comes
Hey,
baby.
listen, when I'm wrong, I'm the first one to admit it. I
you
was,
did
I
last
was, I was, and I did, and I was wrong, and I'm excited because I know that the storylines that are going to come from this are going to be great.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be a really good comedy goldmine. We have to talk about Howard and Bernie when they do show up, and he basically was like, "Listen, I'm excited about this, and we can do it," and and she's like, "Well, good, and whatever," and. He's like, do you feel the same way? And she goes, well, I'm still scared. He's like, good, me too, because I'm gonna, you'll probably have to clean soiled pants like before the baby comes
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So, but it was a good moment because they finally reconnected and both got excited about it. So that was nice to see too.
Absolutely. It was great to see that beginning, that initial like excitement, that second like those breakdowns, and
Yeah.
then we're back together. We can do this.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a perfect
Yeah.
cycle of a couple. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get that dropped on you and you're not actively trying
Yeah.
to have a baby and all of a sudden you're
Scary.
pregnant,
Right.
that can really they did a good job
thought so,
of taking it
too.
in that direction. I thought that was
And
wonderful.
so funny.
Yeah.
Come
And
on
then-
now.
Yeah.
And, well, the best part for me with the karaoke was when Howard is doing his beautiful, touching song
right.
to Bernadette, and he's a good singer. We know this from when remember the scare with the where she had to be quarantined
Yeah,
and
that
he
was
was.
my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah, yeah.
episodes.
That was
Love that
yes,
episode.
I'm with you on that. I love that episode too. But when he was up there, I was like, oh, this is going to be so nice. And then Sheldon stands up with who has coitus on someone else's bed, and he finds out about it. And I thought they were going to do a little bit more with that scene personally, but I thought it was still
The
great.
drop
It was-
mic.
Yeah,
like,
mic drop.
I'm outta
It's like,
here.
I'm out. I don't want to stick around for this.
I mean, I'm really excited to see the things that come up with that because immediately I thought, oh, so this baby's gonna be like Sheldon. I don't know why, because it was,
Conceived in that
anywhere the
space.
baby's conceived. I know
Osmosis.
parents often make jokes like, oh, you were like my husband, he was conceived in Mexico, and his parents are like, oh, you're like partially Mexican. He's like, I don't know, like you were conceived in Sheldon's bed.
You're partially
yeah,
Sheldon now.
Yeah, you're like Sheldon.
Oh boy, a cross between Sheldon, Bernadette and Howard.
Oh,
That's going to be an interesting baby if that's the case. Yeah. And then obviously we have to talk about Leonard and Penny talking about before we wrap or go to commercial or go to a break. Hey. Before we do, we have to talk about Leonard and Penny talking about the baby stuff because he seems to be all jazzed now about having a baby. Do you guys think that he's going to pressure Penny into pregnancy?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think one baby's going to be enough. And I think Penny, with her job with the pharmaceutical, is not going to want to get pregnant. She said she said that, you know, in time, not right now, but in time. And I think by the time they're ready to have, and that might be the series finale that we find out that she's pregnant.
She's pregnant too.
Oh yeah,
very possibly.
I think it would be an interesting choice though to watch again a guy want the kids so badly. You know, like pushing.
Yeah,
you know, you don't often see that. It's often the kind of the woman who's ready, and it would be nice to see. Yeah. Penny be like, I don't want it. He's like, but and like maybe showing things that, do you love that I'm writing? like bringing home teddy bears and like doing stuff to like get her excited.
Yeah, get her in the mood.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Howard was kind of like that. He was the one who was gung-ho for a baby and but then found out and was like, brr.
Yeah.
But Leonard, I feel like he would not be. I think he would be just like, let's do this.
Yeah, I think so too.
All the way there, all the way in. So, and then obviously, you know, they're talking about it, and they look at Sheldon, and they drew all over his face, and they're like, well, we're not mature enough.
No, which I really loved.
Which is true. Yeah, I like that they really pulled it back because I think it would be too much if they all of a sudden everyone got pregnant on the show.
Yeah.
That's no, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much.
Don't do it.
No, I would do that to my own baby. Like I thought it was funny, but like draw on their face.
Can't wait to see your baby.
Can't wait.
Those are the best parents,
She's got
right?
a tutu on and like
they're not too grown up. Yeah, she's like a tutu and like
you have to be able to play and you have to come down to their level on many occasions and you stay young. I know that for a fact. So it's a good thing. Guys, more babies to come. Do you think they're going to have more babies on the show, or do we think we're going to stop with Bernie and Howard? We're going to be right back. I want you to send us your answers on the YouTube live chat underneath, and also tweet at us using the hashtag BigBangAS, and we will be right back, and we will feature some of those. So don't go anywhere.
See you in a minute.
I'm giving spirit.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
How did you not figure that out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here? No. Look at me, I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
he was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good.
You can't count anything out. Look at you. It's been another awesome night at theStream.tv, guys.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. You are watching the Big Bang Theory After Show here at theStream.tv. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss an episode. And right now, we're going to go to Tia's going to handle the live tweets right now using the hashtag BigBangAS, which we're so thank you guys for using that.
Yeah.
We like it when you tweeted us using that. So we're featuring some tweets.
All right, so our first shout out is to Joe Steiger. Hi, Joe. Good to have you. He said, can we have Bernadette pregnant for 4 years? Because this is hilarious. And I think in sitcom world that could be a possibility.
Easily.
We could see that.
Love that. Oh, quick, just before we go on to the next one, because Joe has a great group on Facebook called Big Bang Theory All Access. Go ahead and check that out because he posts a lot of really great stuff about the Big Bang Theory on there. There's photos, there's discussion topics. It's wonderful. Go ahead and check it out. If you haven't already joined, go ahead and join that.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks,
wanted
Joe.
to, yeah. So go ahead.
Our next shout out is Melissa Na. She says Howard wasn't an ass in this episode, and it gave way for some amazing moments with the guys and Bernadette.
Agreed.
And I think that freaking out, him freaking out a little bit and having that little scare definitely brought him down a notch so that these moments could happen, which was great.
Showing that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Showing that.
Yes.
It was really helpful.
Exactly. I didn't want it to go to sleep. The phone, yes.
Yes.
So yeah, that was great. Our next one's at Zubu. Okay, I'm gonna just say it.
Just say it.
Like, ZUBULUBBU.
Zubu-boo-boo-boo.
And he says, drunk Sheldon is always a pleasure to watch. He's too funny. And I think we agree with that. It's just...
I want more drunk Sheldon on the show. I want to see more drunk Sheldon.
I mean,
it doesn't
we're not
happen
promoting
enough.
drunken
No.
but
Yes.
yes.
I don't think other people should be drunk, just Sheldon. I just want to see drunk Sheldon on the show. That's one of my favorite
And
things.
even when he started sipping, I was like,
Yeah, it's
Sheldon,
coming.
drink it. Drink it.
Right, just one cup is all he needed, and he kept going. Our next is at Seabass Lee, and they say, I would love to go to a karaoke bar with the cast of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Now, the thing with that is you would never get up on stage.
Nope.
So you would just, as we said,
But
you
you
would
get to
just
watch.
You get to watch
them
what went on.
scream and screech.
And their
which is
beautiful
great.
singing.
And this is our last one. This is Joe Steiger again. He brings up something that I'm not sure, I don't know where this came from, but this is interesting. He said, okay, they're definitely setting up a massive fandom revolt if we find out the pregnancy is a false alarm.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know where this comes from, but I just thought that was really, like, where did you see that?
Oh,
like,
you mean a false positive on the pregnancy test?
That's
Like,
rare. Isn't it like 99.9%?
Usually.
I mean, but it can happen that,
Depends on which test they use.
You know, I remember from pre-pregnancy days in our life, and I'm pretty sure you can have a false negative, but not a false positive. So I don't think they're gonna do that. Sorry to disagree with you, Joe. And I think people would go nuts. I think this is gonna be real. I think there's gonna be a baby in the beginning of next season.
Because there's that hormone, Joe, that has to show up. That is in the body that isn't in the body if she were not pregnant.
She's our resident expert.
Yeah, and I'm
pregnant as we speak.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we go.
She's pregnant.
Sweet. Well,
thank you guys so much for giving us a shout out at Big Bang AS. Please tweet us throughout the week, and we will definitely write back and you know, talk to you next week about it. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a couple of quick YouTube shout outs, and then, we'll say goodnight.
We have Jayla Vincent.
We love you, Jayla.
Was it you that said Bernadette was pregnant? If so, you were right.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. we love you, Jayla. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much. And Kimberly Howard. Yes, I saw it on list of episodes. Oh, nope, someone's answering. Okay. Why? Okay. Let's see. Don't worry. Bear with me. What do you think is next for, this is Jayla Vincent. Here's a good question. Thank you, Jayla. What do you think is next for Howard and Bernadette now that there is a baby?
I think there's going to be a lot of interesting moments between them getting ready for the baby, figuring out what they're going to do about it, how they're going to raise the child, whether it's a boy or a girl. There's going to be so many different things that they can go with.
Her hormones, her personality changes.
She's already kind of like,
his personality changes.
There's going to be some interesting things.
Sympathy pregnancy, maybe he gets, maybe he, you
know.
my
God. Yeah, there's going to be, he's hypochondriac, remember, so he's going to look things up. Who knows? Who knows?
He's going to be, okay, fun.
It'll be fun.
We're looking forward. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Quick shout out to James at Mirror Domains too.
James at Mirror Domain.
Who was the other? Kimberly
Howard.
Kimberly Howard.
Jayla Vincent.
We love you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Doctor of Style.
Yes.
Some really cool people on here, right?
Yeah. We love you guys. You guys are the best fans ever. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week and use the hashtag BigBangAS to tweet at us all week long. We will respond, obviously, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to spirit finger it out. I don't know why, but I'm doing it.
For more of the Big Bang After Show,
click that button and subscribe
to theStream.tv.